Bonne Noël, fellow travelers, or Merry Christmas, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Strasbourg, France, the Christmas capital of France. This is the city that has more Christmas markets than you can shake a stick at, because it's everywhere. Whether you want that mulled wine or some of those really tasty Christmas treats, this is a great city to enjoy Christmas here in France. And the thing is, you can enjoy Christmas here in France all over. And so what I want to do in this video today is kind of talk about some of the Christmas traditions you might see here in France if you're coming during Advent or the Christmas season, because there's a lot of things you should know before you come here so you can get the most out of it, okay? Now, first thing you need to know is, how do you say Merry Christmas? And you'll see it a lot of different ways. My personal favorite is Bonne Noël. So Bonne Noël, Merry Christmas, or Joyeux Noël, Joyful Christmas. You'll see that all over the place. And you want to make sure when you go in those stores, you wish them Bonne Noël, Joyeux Noël, just to bring in some of that happiness that the season does bring. And the thing is, the shopkeepers here in France, they're more your friends than your servants. So always remember that. So it's a good way to get on the good side of your sales staff when you go into a different restaurant or you're going into a store or things like that, okay? Now, for travelers, what you probably want to know, one of the things is, when do they celebrate Christmas? Now, Christmas Day is December 25th, but here in France, now the big celebration is on December 24th. That's when they have the Réveillon, which is the big revelry, the big, huge French Christmas meal. Oh my God, it is like insane. We were here for Christmas a few years ago, and a few years before that. We've been here a few times. We celebrated in Avignon, we celebrated in the north, we celebrated in Paris. We've had Christmas season here in France multiple times. And the Réveillon, with everyone, the entire house is decked out, the table's decked out, and you have so many great foods. That's usually on the 24th of December. Now the thing is, as more and more French families get spread out throughout Europe or throughout the country or around the world, sometimes they don't celebrate to the 25th. So that's okay too. But no, the 24th at night, that's the big night, okay? Now, when you're looking at what are some of the traditional foods you're gonna have when you do have Christmas here in France, I feel that there's a few must-haves, and they kind of go like this. You have to have foie, which actually is originally from here in Strasbourg, so they say. You've got to have oysters, which of course is a fantastic thing here in France, and you got to have smoked salmon. Those are kind of like your three must-have, like appetizer kind of things, right? So you have that. Now, after your appetizer, another thing you're going to see quite a bit is actually some fowl. You're going to have like turkey stuffed with chestnuts. I mean, it's so good. The stuffing that goes in with it is fantastic. There's other fowl you might have when you are here. There's a lot of really big meats, like a really stuffed meal when you are here. And the thing is, that turkey is going to be really stuffed, but you're going to be super stuffed after you eat all the food you have here at Christmas, because honestly, that Réveillon is meant to just stuff yourself silly with fantastic foods, okay? And for me, one of the French Christmas traditions is actually a dessert, the Yule log, or la bûche de Noël. This is actually something that my family's had for years. My mom makes it now. My grandma made it before her great-grandma before that, because actually our family is from this region. And so it's the Yule log, and what it is like a sponge cake, and they'll put like chocolate like icing before it, and they roll it up, and so it looks like a log, right? And so it's like you have this like rolled up cake you have. It is fantastic. It takes a lot of time to make, but it is so delicious. So that's a definite must-have dessert when you're here. Now, another treat you're gonna have when you're going around town is the Marron glacé, or glacé marron. My French isn't perfect, but I know I love the candied chestnuts. Oh, you will have that. It is so good when you're going around. And of course, when you get those Christmas markets, you can have the roasted chestnuts as well. So there's always those things there. And the thing is that Christmas meal is really, really a special time. That's when the French families really come together. And that whole 24th, that whole night is a very special night. And usually what will happen is people will go to mass. I mean, we in the US have our midnight mass, but no one actually is at midnight. It's like 9 or 10 at night, right? Well, here it's like it's 7 or 8 o'clock at night. They'll go to mass and they come back and have a huge meal. And if you're lucky, Père Noël or Papa Noël, Santa Claus, will come, and they can open their presents that night. Now, over time, you're starting to see more that Santa Claus comes in the night and they open their presents for the little kids on the 25th in the morning. So you have different options when he comes, okay? And the thing is, it's not just Père Noël that delivers gifts. Another thing you might see here in France is called Nicolas. So on the night of December 5th going into December 6th, you have in Germany it's Nikolaus. Here they call it Nicolas, St. Nicholas Day, right? And so what happens is St. Nicholas during the night will come and leave gifts for the kids or candies for the kids over the night. But if you're a bad kid, like my kids who are being silly behind us, Père Fotard comes, or father spanking or father whipping or father beating. However you want to translate it is basically the bad kids have to deal with him, okay? Now, another thing you want to realize is you might see this, you might have this in your own country, your own town. Also here in France, they have the Advent calendar. And so every day the kids get to open up the Advent calendar and get one little treat out of there to get more and more excited as Christmas comes. So you start on December 1st, you open it up, take the first one out. December 2nd, you wake up, run downstairs, open it up. Another great tradition we've done for years in our family. And the thing is, it's in a lot of countries, but it's something that is done here quite a bit. And one of the things for me, what I really enjoy is though the nights get longer and it gets colder when you are here in France, you do still see people going out and spending time in the community. And one of the things you'll see out there that helps people enjoy the coldness and being out in the cold a lot is the mulled wine, the hot wine, the vin chaud. You'll have that a lot of places. It might be at a restaurant or a cafe. Also, you might see people selling it on the streets and you just walk around drinking your hot wine. I mean, I can't tell you how many weekends and how many weeknights I've spent here in France during the Christmas season just enjoying some hot wine with my friends. It's just a really great experience. And the thing is, when you have that mulled wine, you're also going to probably find Christmas markets around here. And like I said before, Strasbourg is the capital of Christmas here. So the Christmas markets here in Strasbourg are phenomenal. I highly recommend you coming here during the Christmas season, but do know it's hard to find accommodation here in Strasbourg, especially on the weekends during the holidays. So you might want to stay a little bit farther out and come for the day or book really early for your accommodation. But the thing is, it's not just Strasbourg that has the Christmas markets. In Avignon on the square there, we spent quite a few nights going to their Christmas markets before the holidays came. In Paris, they have it. We were down in Nice for the Christmas market. You have all these things going on, and a lot of the Christmas markets aren't just like we're selling hot wine and some treats, because they have the hot wines and Christmas treats, but also they might be selling some art, like little artisanal things and stuff like that, or you might see some other fun fair kind of activities for the kids, like little merry-go-rounds, and some of them are a little more exciting for the older kids. There's just a lot of stuff that goes on in the Christmas season because it really brings people out. And what I love about it is also they light up the streets, they light up the villages with Christmas spirit, and it is really a fantastic thing. And sometimes in those Christmas markets and stuff like that, you might have, right at Christmas, they might have fireworks and things like that. I know a couple years ago we were having Christmas in the north of France with our friend Audrey and her family. We went to the Christmas market, the big city, and then the fireworks were going on. It's just a really wonderful time. Now the thing is if you're looking for some more French Christmas traditions, now, you know, yes, they do have the Christmas tree here, but the thing is if you want to make sure you get your presents on, you know, from Père Noël, you got to make sure you don't hang up your stockings here in France. What you do is you put your shoes by the fireplace, and that's where they put the presents, in your shoes. So me having bigger shoes, I'm going to get more presents than my kids with their little tiny shoes. So haha, sometimes getting older is better, right? And so you have that. And some other little fun things you'll see. Yes, you'll see the mistletoe all around to bring good luck, and maybe a smooch here and there. But for me, one of the things I really enjoy, and my mom and I, when we've spent our Christmas times around here in France, is you go and see all the creches. If you're not sure, the creches, the manger scene, you know, Joseph and Mary and baby Jesus and the angels and stuff like that. And you'll go to churches and they will have huge creches you can go see. I mean, there's museums just about the creches you can see. And it's just gorgeous when you walk around, and it really like reminds you about what the season's about, right? It's about, you know, you have the birth of Jesus, you see the wise men, you see all these things out there. It's just a really cool thing to see, because you'll see the artistic work that has been done to create these massive creches. It is really kind of a cool thing. And speaking of those three wise men, or three kings, on January 6th, you have the Day of the Three Kings here in France, which is another celebration day, which is the end of the Christmas season. That's the 12th day of Christmas, just so you know. And what you'll actually have is the king cake. You know, I'm sure you've heard about it in Spain and other places. You have the king cake, and it's a special cake because inside there's a little treat hidden. Now, it's not a treat to eat. It's like a little toy or something like that. And the person that finds it gets to wear the king hat. Now, it's not like this kind of king hat, but it's like a little paper crown. You'll have that, which is a really nice thing. And I think probably the most important thing to mention about Christmas Eve and the Réveillon, and that big fantastic meal you have at Christmas here in France, that's the day you bust out the good wine. You've been saving that good wine you bought last summer or last year, whatever. You've been saving these wines up. On Réveillon, that's when you get the good wine out. You'll see at Christmas time, the champagne flows freely. And the good wine, I mean, I know there's tons of good wine here in France, but the really, really good wine really flows at Christmas. And I know when we were with our buddy Audrey and her family, her dad took us downstairs like, look, everything is available. Let's just enjoy some good wine. He's like, this is good, this is good. I'm like, oh, that's too nice for us. He's like, no, it's Christmas. Nothing is too nice for today. And that's one of the things that's really wonderful about spending Christmas in France, is you do get that Christmas spirit feeling from the locals and the people. And when you're going around town, whether it's the Christmas markets you get to go see, the Bûche de Noël, you go around and have a good time in, or your kids playing around, or just the music in the air and all kinds of stuff. It's a really great place. So whether you're celebrating Christmas here in Strasbourg or Paris or Avignon or wherever you are in the world, we wish you a Bonne Noël, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And we wish you a fantastic travels wherever you go this holiday season. Anyway, if you want to learn more about visiting here in Strasbourg, we've got the don'ts of Strasbourg, we've got shocks of visiting France, little mistakes people make when they go to France, all on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those social media sites, and we really appreciate your likes and subscriptions and comments and all those kind of great things. And we wish you a fantastic day and a fantastic holiday season. And I'll say au revoir from here in Strasbourg. Bonne Noël!